for you the unusual activity that we've seen in the options markets. And frequently that activity ends up being pretty darn prophetic, telling us the direction that something's going. So let's dive into today's 3 at 3. Our disclaimer is, as always, that this presented for educational and informational purposes only. Full stop. Let's hit the intellectual property rights, which says, yes, we have intellectual property, which includes, but is not limited to, I love that part, patents, trademarks, copyrights. You get the idea. We have an awful lot of things that are registered for the information that I'm about to present. Please ask us before you decide to just present it. And now let's take a quick look back at yesterday's, because, as I said on the halftime report just a little bit ago, the XLE and DraftKings both worked out spectacularly well. Let's take a look. XLE was at 52.51. They bought 3.2 million share equivalent. That's tip-off right there, isn't it? That they bought so many? Yes, that is a tip-off. They bought those April double nickel calls, 55 double nickel calls, and we jumped in there at the 52.50 strike or something like that instead, because as you know, I like buying an at the money and selling an out of the money. Moves the odds into my favor. There are the results of the diamond hands today, because we traded up to, if you look at that bottom part of the screen there, 54.36 today. Day ain't over, but we have a solid winner in this one. Big ETF, net assets almost $21 billion in the XLE. Let's take a look at DraftKings, shall we? I was talking about DraftKings, talking about that I plan to hold it a few days. Why? Because I bought it when it was 63. It ran and I rolled up and rolled again and finally rolled up to the 67.71 spread. And then we saw August 90 calls being bought. You remember that. I showed you that yesterday. 10,000 of those August 90 calls being bought. And as they bought those, we said, okay, let's push our hold out a little further in time. So we did. And today, instead of 68.50-ish, both those two prints, stock traded up to $72 today. That's right. Not 68.50, 72. So if you're a stock trader, I guess you could have done rather well just buying the stock at 68.50 and selling it out at 71.50, let's say, taking $3 off the table. Or if you're in the option spreads, you've already more than doubled your money. So think about that. 1,000 shares would have cost you $68,500. That's 1,000 shares of a 68.50 stock. On the other hand, the spread more than doubled, and you had a lot less risk on the table. That's why we trade options, my friends. All right, and I just wanted to present that we indeed have sponsorship by Voyager for our crypto show that's every day at approximately 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Good way to kick off the day if you're a crypto trader. You can try that trading room for $1 for your first month. $1 for your first month. That's right. And if you like it, you can stay with it for $29 a month. If you don't like it, or if that $1 was good, but you said, I don't know, no problem. Bye-bye. We appreciate you checking it out. By the way, Theta Fuel, TFUL, Theta Fuel, one that I gave you yesterday on that show, the Daily Crypto Bite, it was up 60% in 24 hours. One day, 24 hours. Bang! That should be enough to get you interested. And then we've got Matt Montemayor and CJ that are in that room monitoring what's going on, giving you insights that they have earned by years of being crypto miners and traders. So I'd say worth a buck. Check it out. You can do that by going to marketrebellion.com/try crypto. Now let's talk about YY. Helene Meister over at thestreet.com reached out to me because the CNBC staff did a good job. They always do. And they put up the name of the company, which is JOYY, Joyy. That's not the stock symbol. The stock symbol is YY. So when Helen reached out to me about it, I responded, yeah, they didn't put up the stock symbol. They put up the name. Why? And the answer is there was unusual call buying, and this one trades about 1 million shares a day. It's a real stock, multi-billion-dollar stock, social media space out of China. So they were buying with the stock at 124.21. They were buying April 160s. That's quite a move. So as you might imagine, folks, I don't buy those April 160s. I buy something closer to the money, like maybe the 125s, and maybe sell the 135s, something along those lines. Why? Because I want to move the odds into my favor. That's what I do. For every option I buy, I sell one option. That's what's known as a call vertical spread in the case of calls. If it was puts, it would be reversed. But a vertical spread gives me participation between those two strike prices. So I could own the right to take stock at 125, give somebody else the right to take it from me at 135, for instance, not giving you advice. But that is a $10 call vertical spread. And let's say I paid $2 for that call vertical spread. It could go to 10. That means I'd have $8 of profit if it's 135 or higher by April. I'm not asking for it to jump all the way towards or through 160. Just saying, you know what? Some smart money wanted in here. Let me put on a spread that makes money if they're right. And I'm going to move the odds into my favor by putting it at the money. That's what I like to do. There is the stock. There's a chart. As you see, February 14th, it peaked at about 150. It's right now at 125.72, so you're already up money. But again, 1,000 shares at 124.20 would be $124,000. 1,000 shares times 124. However, that call spread, I put a lot less money than that on the table, and yet I still have phenomenal upside. I could more than triple my money on the trade. I like that. You'll like this. That is our YouTube channel. So YouTube is nice enough that if you have enough subscribers, they give you a very nice YouTube channel where we've got hundreds of videos. Hundreds. How many is hundreds? How do I know? Because look at Pete. Pete's The Take is already approaching 300 now. I shot that one last week, I think, that picture. But he's already got 300 episodes in the can, as they say. Our daily Crypto Bites show has also got a lot. My 3 at 3 has a ton. And then you've got my podcasts. You've got AJ Monty. You've got so much, folks. And it's free. All you got to do is go to Market Rebellion on YouTube. So if you're on the YouTube channel, just in the search bar, type Market Rebellion, click subscribe. If you click the little bell next to it, Pete comes into your house, hands you content every time there's fresh content. It's amazing. I don't know how he does it. It's just like Santa Claus. All right, let's take a look at Constellium. It's an aluminum play, and CSTM is the symbol. Bullish call buying, stock 1606. They were buying 6,300 of those May 17 calls for $161 each. You're saying, John, it says $1.61. Why do I have to pay so much? Because every option is for 100 shares. That's why. If every option was for 1 share, you'd pay $1.61. But every option's for 100 shares. You got to move that decimal place. Get the idea. $161 times 6,300. You know what that means. It's over $1 million trade. I like following people that are making $1 million trades. There's Constellium, 1617. Market cap a little over $2 billion. It opened at 1565 today. Bang. And of course, got to tell you about the Vegas conference. Vegas conference coming up October 1st and 2nd out at the Aria. It's going to be fabulous. An unbelievable lineup of speakers, and you can get an early bird special if you do it by Friday at midnight. That's tomorrow at midnight. If you do it by tomorrow at midnight, you save $400. 400 big ones. Again, you could buy bottle service in Vegas. You could buy a cabana out by the pool in Vegas. You could probably get airfare and your hotel room in Vegas if you do it now, before tomorrow, Friday, the 12th at midnight. If you do it before Friday at midnight, you save $400. Bang. And now let's talk about the Amazon of Africa, Jumia. I've had a couple pretty good trades in here when we followed the fast money. We saw this one. They were buying March 48 calls. By the time I was on fast or halftime, it was already through 49, as you see, 49.35. This is taken from their tweet, which said, here's your unusual activity, folks. So Jumia Technologies, again, Africa, huge continent, huge potential, and the Amazon of Africa, yeah, I want to participate. So buying those March 48 calls, they have 1 week to live. They don't expire tomorrow. They expire next Friday, the 19th. They were buying those with the stock at 46.65. So again, as you see, if you are a subscriber, even if you don't trade options, even if you just trade stock, you're up $3 from when we talked about this particular unusual activity hitting. And if you're somebody who also trades options, well, you're in luck because you more than doubled your money already. Because, there it is, stock 48.34, been as high as 49.38 today, probably right after I mentioned it on the halftime report. This is a great company. I think it goes back and tests. Some of those highs that you see were right around $70 in February. So let's see if it doesn't go back and test there. And now, let me get to, oops, and I already did Constellium, sorry. Let's get to your questions. Questions at Jon Najarian at 3_UOA. CPSH. We've got Mystery Man, which is at Mystery Man Stocks, STOX. Like that. And I like the sort of Humphrey Bogart-ish avatar you've got there, Mystery Man. Thoughts on CPSH? I like it. It is too small for me to talk about on halftime because it's only a $200 million company. They won't let me talk about anything under $1 billion now. It used to be $500 million. Now it's $1 billion. It's got to be over $1 billion and it's got to be over $5 a share for me to talk about it. So, unfortunately, Mystery Man, I like this one, but I am not in it and not likely to focus on it in the short term. I'm sorry. Monitor. Scribe Moon, which is the handle of at SCRIBEMOON. How big is that monitor, John? Curved? In the market for a monitor like that. You could get much better than these. I like them, but these are, gosh, they're probably like 6 or 7 years old. I've got two 42-inch monitors that I bought at Costco, and then I just hook up a gaming computer that I got from Alienware to them. Why Alienware? Because they had a special going on at Dell, and because it's jacked up with memory. I need at least 32 gigs of RAM to run what I'm running effectively, and this does that. So that's what it is, sir. I'd say, check out whatever they got at Best Buy, the highest resolution you can get for the best price, and you'll love them. But no, they're not curved. TJX, Christy Petrillo, and her handle is at CHRISSY, Chrissy, I'm sorry I said Christy, Chrissy, PETRILL, the number 1. Thank you, Chrissy. Chrissy says, TJX, you still in the options? Yes, I am, Chrissy. I'm in these options. I think they hit about the 3rd of March, give or take, when the stock was $62. I think the stock's $66 or something like that now, and I'm still sticking with it. I like it. AMD, Gerald Kerwin, which is at Dr. At DRJERALKIRWAN, at Dr. Gerald Kerwin. He says, what do you think about AMD, Doc? I like it. You already heard from Intel and you heard from Oracle about the cloud and some of these data centers, and AMD is killing it in both. So they're going to give us an update next Monday, Doc. I'd say watch this one close. I am in calls at the, I think, April 75 call strike. So I'm in this one, betting on upside. And then if we get more and more, I'm going to be selling calls into it. You don't have to wait until the baby's born with that news on Monday, but depending where it goes, I'll be jumping on it. Thank you, Doc. And let's go to Markets Uncovered. That's at MarketsUncovered, at Markets Uncovered. Asher, which is Chinese A shares. April 1st, 36 puts, bought at 46, now down to 17. Yeah, you should cut. Should you cut, wait, or take profit, take the loss? I'd take the loss. I took the loss. Sorry about that one, sir. I took the loss a little higher than this, but it could always come back, but hope is not part of my game plan. So I exited, cutting my loss, having fresh powder more important to me than seeing if I ride this thing down to zero. And let's go to Real Clones of Vegas, which is at Vincent Carmen, which Vincent's handle is at VINCENTCARMEN1. My question to you, John, is can you and Pete clone yourself? We're already clones. And come to the west coast of Florida. You guys rock. Vince, thank you. That's a very nice comment. And we all know that Twitter's a place for snark, not nice comments. So I don't know what you're doing here. But anyway, thank you, Vincent. And yeah, we come to the West Coast. Pete comes there a lot, in fact. He goes down there for the Naples wine auction for charity, among other things. And he's more of the west side, I'm more of the east side, but we both love Florida. And in all likelihood, we will both be residents in the not too distant future. There you go. So anyway, Vince, thank you for asking the question, and thank you for no snark. Again, trading conference tomorrow, midnight, over. You don't get that $400 discount. Tomorrow at midnight it ends. You could save 400 big ones if you do it before tomorrow at midnight. Just go to marketrebellion.com. You'll see it. It's right there at the homepage. Just click on that and you can join us. It's going to be a fabulous lineup. In the past, we've had Bedros Keuilian and Kevin O'Leary and our entire team, as well as Mark Fisher and a host of professional traders. You're going to love it. Make sure you check it out. Go to marketrebellion.com before midnight tomorrow, March 12th. Sign up. We'll see you out in Vegas October 1st and 2nd. Till then, bang, I'm out of here. Have a nice one, folks. See you tomorrow.